Hi, I'm Runal.
Hi, I'm Jay.
So, Jay, let's do this. Let's dive deeper.
Absolutely.
Tell me something about yourself. Why you chose this profession? What got you into this work that you are doing, and what work you are doing?
I'm a company secretary,
Okay.
and I, with my other partner, have co-founded a company known as Chartered Works.
Oh, that's
We are business facilitators and legal facilitators. Basically, whenever there is a word compliance or legal associated, we step in. That's what we do. Deep diving currently around into IPOs, helping startups scale up and eventually go out there, build their legacies. Love so much to interact with founders and people who are having like ideal mindset. And usually what we do is like we are known as friends of promoters.
yeah.
We guide them usually around what are the nitty-gritties and everything. From the starting itself, it was like I came Ahmedabad like 15-20 odd years ago.
Okay.
I basically belong to Saurashtra.
Okay. Where in Saurashtra?
Mahua. There is a place or
Okay,
city
yeah.
called Mahua.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
But what got you to choose this profession of company secretary? Not a lot of people have heard. People have heard
True.
chartered accountant, but not
Yeah.
company secretary.
See, what usually happens is there is a particular mindset in market. CS is like a course which usually girls do.
Okay.
Okay. What interestingly happened is I came here to do chartered accountancy.
Okay.
Okay. And in the meantime, I was introduced to this course known as CS. I was not
Okay.
aware what happens, what not. I got joined because I actually wanted to do this SIP. There is an
Okay.
induction program.
Yeah.
So one of my room partners came and he mentioned these all things are happening and we get to experience these kind of things.
Yeah.
So if this is the thing I would like to do, and interestingly or unfortunately I have never been to college.
Yeah.
So I was anyways finding something new or something
Yeah.
like that. It can be spice it up a bit, because whenever there is you are into CA,
Yeah.
it's all like from morning 7 till now,
Yeah.
late night in the evening there is a padai, study and everything,
Yeah.
right? So I enrolled.
Yeah.
I had that SIP induction done. It was fantastic. And in the meantime, there was a phase where I cleared my intermediate exams for both the courses,
Okay. Wow.
CA and CS.
Oh, that's great.
At that point of time, I had to decide what I need to pursue further, because I knew the finals of both I'll not be able to crack like parallelly also,
Yeah.
or one after the other, because it takes a toll.
Yes, definitely.
And I chose to go forward with CS initially because I was very good at interpretations and drafting and every kind of thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I differ with you that CS is not just for women, because
Absolutely, yeah.
I come from a family. I am who I am because my father is a practicing company
True.
secretary. He gave
Yeah.
me the platform,
Yeah.
and I did my CS. I left it towards the final because I'd finished my CA. So like you said,
Yeah.
it definitely takes a toll. I
True.
know, I've been there. So yeah, interesting to see, people liking compliance, legalities. A lot of founders like us run away from it, but wanting to move into that direction. That's great. That's interesting.
So, like, I have heard about you that you have already done your CA. So, how did this fitness kick in?
Oh, that's
the
a great story of my time. I was the first one in my family to do speed skating as a sport. Not a lot of people knew back then. Like I said, I was fortunate to have a family that allowed me to do that. I joined it pretty late. I played my nationals, but dad sat me down during my 10th grade and he's like, look, અમારી ઓફિસ છે, અહીંયા બેસવું હશે તો પણ ભણવું પડશે. I'm like, okay, fair, I understood. So he's like, pursue your education, finish your studies and do whatever you want.
Okay.
And I took him literally in that manner.
Okay.
So I asked him, are you really sure? Are you really sure? And he's like, yes. So then I applied for, and he's like, I am already a company secretary, so you pursue something else. So then if you join work, we have a collective exposure. So he pushed me to go into CA. I appeared for my entrance exams. I cleared it. And then I'm like, okay, let's do it. But I was very dreading, this is not for me. I'm not someone who can study. So I've never studied, like you said, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bhanwano. I've never done it before 9 in the morning or after 6 in the night. So rather than 6 to 9, I was in 9 to 6 shift. A lot of people were like, this guy will never become a CA, this guy will never become a CA. But I had a deal with my dad. If I finish education, I get to do what I want. So sports was always a part of me. I was the first one in the whole of my extended family to even pursue sports at that point of time. So sports happened, fitness happened. While I was studying for CA, I started coaching people. I started gymming, playing sports. And I came across something in US, I want to do that. I emailed that guy and then a reply karyo. I saw a TV show and I just sent a random email and it worked for me. So I went to my dad, this is a business proposal. He's like, I'll discuss once you clear your CA. So that drove me so hard that I cleared my exams much faster. And I'm like, here's your degree. Now give me my funds for business. Or let me do what I want. And he's like, I'll not only let you do what you want, but I'll even, give you that seed fund that you need. So that's how health and fitness started for me, because this is a noble profession is what I feel. Okay, I get to help people. I get to get them away from their blood pressure, diabetes, disorders, diseases. Without medication, I get to help people with joint pains, get back on their feet, walk and move. People in India don't feel the need of freedom or movement, freedom of movement. Old age parents will keep a helper and things like that. But when you go out in the West, you really have true value of life.
True.
That people get ability to move around freely, and that is what constantly kicked me. I want to do something in health and fitness. And 8 years ago, back in 2017, is what all of this initially started.
Okay, great. How has been the journey till now? Like, speaking of 8 years.
Journey has been crazy. We started out, a lot of, I was 23, 24 back then when I started my business. So it's always that, I am MBA, મને બધું આવડે છે, without even doing it. So a lot of my miscalculations into my capital expenditure, project costing went haywire. I had all the imported equipment. So I imported them in 5% central sales tax.
Wow.
By the time my import happened, it turned to 28% goods and service tax.
Okay.
So that difference of 23% at the last moment, funds needed to be arranged. Dad, I had to ask, I had to say, it was a huge blunder.
True.
Back then. Substantial amount of money was involved. A risk factor was involved. Profession was different than my dad, so it was a lot of mental risk for him. Career risk for the child is something different. I understand that now that I've become a father. So all of those things have always been ups and downs. We started, somehow managed. COVID happened. We were amongst the worst hit industries, but we were fortunate that we were alive. The business was alive and we were alive as humans. So we sailed through that. 2022, we're like, we need to do something different. I couldn't go and ask my dad for money. So I somehow raised funds from somewhere else, set up that part of journey. 2023, we were like, things are not working out. In fact, I was president of BNI Macarios back then. It felt, I've never said it on a public platform, but it felt as if it's time to shut down this business and do something else. And then someone came in, this is great. There's a new place up at Sindhu Bhavan. You want to move, it's a new opportunity and things like that. And I went ahead and signed that thing. And 2 years now, I've 3x'd my business.
Wow.
In just a span of 2 years, from shutting down 2x to 3x. So there always have been such roadblocks, but I'm like, I will choose when I want to put a full stop in my journey, and I'll not let someone else do. So that's got me going.
Okay. And now what's the vision going ahead? Something that you have planned or something you are building as we go?
So we are building a lot of things, but it's been a lot of talk about me. I want to know something more about you. How has your journey been? What got you to BNI, or what kind of challenging scenarios that you've had in your personal or professional life?
Okay. If I talk about myself, it has been quite a roller coaster ride till now. I have been for 15-20 years away from home. Just during COVID, I got married. And speaking of COVID, as you mentioned, your business was which was very affected. The same was like every other business, but we were in such a position at that point of time. Since we started off in 2018, it was just the right time where it was an accurate point where we scale up.
Yeah.
And COVID hit.
Yeah.
We had very good amount of clients. We started very small from the scratch zero, and we were doing decently right up till COVID hit. But everything was just paused. So we did a very bold yet stupid step in our business. All of us were quite relatively younger and naive. So we decided we won't be asking for any money as a part of professional fees from our clients till the time everything settles down. We did not know what we would be doing without asking for that money for ourselves, but at least we had one backup that we'll be sitting at home. At least even after doing nothing, we know we have some amount of reservations for ourselves. That was a very, very important step that we took. And that is when we realized the true importance, like we always often say, giver's gain.
Yeah.
Because it created a hell lot of amount of trust in our clients. And those clients whom we communicated and told that we are not going to ask for anything until you and your business get settled, they are still with us right after 5 years. Even though there were challenges in their business, there were challenges in our business. That has happened. But speaking of how I joined BNI, it was actually a very interesting point. Right after COVID got married, and in personal life, there was a hell lot of upside down. And me and my wife, we got separated from our family. And post that, it has been very challenging to evolve and even be included socially. Right at that moment, I joined BNI, and it was like I found a new family over here.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah. And post that, BNI, through BNI, I has got many friends as of now. All of my chapter is like a family, just like any other chapter is. But our bond has been like very stronger. Usually, a chapter is known more for having events and going into this, outings and every sort of thing. So whenever any new person is joining or someone who is even leaving from chapter, the most important thing they mention is that do not forget me whenever there is an event or whenever there is an outbound. I will be there, that's for sure. That is something. But speaking about professionally also, what happened is back in 2023, there was a very important moment in our professional career. So we initially were 4 partners when we started our business, and we had a split. At that point of time, though it was a mutual one, but it impacts you in every other way, like even financially, even emotionally, it triggers so many of things. At that point of time, it was like starting from the scratch, and one family that was always supporting was this BNI family, because at that point of time, everyone helps, and so many of friends that supported us, and we were very quick to get back up on our sleeves, and God has been kinder since then.
God is always kind. And like you mentioned, roller coaster, I always tell people that if you want excitement in life, you sit on a roller coaster. If you want a steady, eased out journey, you go in a train, pick a destination and just commute. So whether you want to commute or you want the thrills of life, it's your choice, and eventually life finds you in the right place, I guess. So.
Absolutely, definitely. And speaking about this just roller coaster only, I know you just mentioned that you are a dad now. How is that feeling? And specifically why I'm asking you this is, you got a business. Okay. You got this BNI thing going on. And still, are you able to take time out of that to like be with your child and spend some good quality time?
The honest answer is, you can never spend enough amount of time with your child.
Absolutely.
So, that's the most honest answer.
True.
But relative to what the previous generation has been with their children, like what my father has been with me in that scenario, we are much more fortunate to have that comfort and backing. like you said, you are able to give back to your clients that will not charge you, but because as far as there is food on our table,
True.
we'll also serve you.
Yeah.
So you were able to say that because there was some comfort there. So in the same way, I'm been blessed with that comfort. So that allows me time and bandwidth to, you know, go back to my child, spend time with him as much as I can, to be with my family that ways. And I've been a father since 2019 of 2 dogs, and now I have a human child. So I always tell people it's my 3rd kid, but first human kid. So yeah, that's there, but you still are able to compartmentalize and balance, and that's what BNI, or that's what a lot of leadership organizations eventually shape you into, right?
True.
They put you into those pressure points. So I'm into exercise. I always tell people that if you want to grow muscle, you have to put it under test and pressure.
Okay.
So in the same way, if you want to train yourself and grow better, you will have to go under the pressure points.
Okay.
So there have been times where, you know, I've hated being out in a BNI event or a business event or a meeting because I wanted to be somewhere else.
Okay.
There have been times where I was home and I wanted to be at some other outdoor events and outbound event, and I'm like, oh, I'm at home. But those hurt, those sadness always comes when you want to be somewhere else. Where your heart and mind are in conflict is when all of these things happens.
True.
So once you surrender to the flow of it, you are able to do everything much more easily and happily.
Yeah. Okay. So also, what you mentioned about being a president, right?
Yeah.
There is a very interesting thing that I would like to share. I was also a president in my tenure. At that point of time, I was not aware how it is going to be, like the 6 months. But to whom I was a predecessor, my friend, he asked me, will you be able to give time to this thing? I mentioned, yes, I think so. I'll be able to, because since I'm good at by forgetting about things, what to figure out and what not to figure out, I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then came this thing, and I realized, okay, it is much more than what I was expecting it to.
Yeah.
It's just like, managing and handling and coodling like 30, 40, 60 odd children around you every time, every week when you meet, and making sure that they all are like well fed and well managed.
Yeah.
And that is something that I have learned out of it. Also, connecting it to you and your business, you are into fitness industry, and every other day, like, you have so many of people who come to you for their fitness goals and everything. How easy or how difficult was it, or is it for you to manage them?
So see, I come from a school of thought where you cannot manage people.
Okay.
You can either collaborate, support, nurture, or lead them.
Okay.
There is no such thing as managing people. So
Okay.
we try not use manager level terminologies at our business as well.
Yeah.
As far as BNI is concerned, or as far as my business clients are concerned, I feel it's all relationship based.
True.
If you share the right kind of relationship with people, you will never have to manage them. People say, oh, I have to cater to his or her ego, this person's ego, that person's ego. But why did it reach to that stage?
Okay.
Had you been a friend to them before,
True.
or had you been transparent to them before, you would never have to manage someone's ego.
True.
You would know. And in a way, my business helped me because I'm into coaching business, a lot about psychology, a lot about human beings. So we are all into people business. So that helped me understand people better. But it was the relationships that I built throughout the years that actually helped me do what I had to do at that point of time.
Alright, that is great. Also, speaking of it, it has been like always when it comes to even business, also relationships, and what exactly or how exactly were you able to navigate through it, or navigate your business through BNI in those terms?
So see, I have leveraged a lot of relationships. I've built a lot of relationships, given to a lot of relationships. And like they said, it's givers gain. A lot of times when you keep giving, you don't have to ask for it.
Absolutely.
Things fall into your place. Like I said, I found my place. I found the best of the friends. I play a lot of sports. So I found a lot of those buddies on the ground. we've had our hard moments, we've had our tough moments. Leading Sicilian games, co-chairing, that was one of the most challenging tasks in a way when you say with regards to managing ego, attitudes, behaviors and things like that. You learn to stand up for a thought or a philosophy or school of thought that you have. You learn to put your foot down. You learn to say no to things that might seem difficult. You might make mistakes, but that's a part of the process. So I don't have any issues with making mistakes as far as I keep on moving forward. So that has always been, and right now we are working on a project which is still under the wraps, but probably three of us BNI friends are setting up a new brand that everyone will know eventually. Things, and we were just discussing day before yesterday with that person that had we met outside of BNI, we would have major ego clashes because both our attitudes are very definitive form, very strong points, strong belief systems. And when you come with those thought and open mind, the platform, we met on a cricket ground. Because we was inducted, met once or twice in meeting, and then Sicilian games happened, and that's when we interacted, we became friends. And 2 years later, we are now on that journey. So had we met outside a platform, this relationship would have been completely different is what we foresee. So I always say, as far as you have clarity of where you are and why you are, you will always get the most out of it.
True. Yeah. And when around and in business also, if we talk about your team, or what we used to do is like we consider a team as a family.
Yeah.
And it's quite difficult for us to keep distance or like draw a line out of oozing into them, even if it's their personal life, solving their personal issues and everything. How is your team size or scaling size right now, and what is a whole lot of environment around when you are working or when you are into business something?
We are a team of 30 people now. And so I've always tried and made balance. So that's something again I've learned through being in BNI, that wearing different hats, right?
True.
So as far as work is concerned, professional life is concerned, I'm extremely professional. I will force them and hold them to high standards. They might hate me for it at that point of time, but that's all right, because I know that will evolve them as an individual as well. When we are meeting informally, when it's outside our work environment, even when someone's late at work, the first question throughout the company at all levels is everything all right with you? Was everything okay? Because I don't know whether the person has slipped on a vehicle and came in, has had a fight on the road, has had disturbances at home and came in. You don't know, right?
True.
So before judging someone that why were you late, this is the first question we ask, and then we take it from there.
Fair enough.
So how is your journey been with BNI leveraging? Because yours is a profession where people find it difficult to trust.
True.
A lot of professionals says that I find it difficult to get business. So how have you leveraged your relationships?
See, joining BNI was never ever about business. It was just pure about networking. Since you are already aware, but I would like to put it in such a way that what happens when we meet someone who is already having a consultant or already having an advisor when it comes to legal or compliance point of view, you usually do not switch over to different guy whenever you are meeting, or just because he's from our chapter, let's give him an opportunity. It's never that. So the approach that we took was, we do not want to buzz into your already going on business. Let's meet up. Is there something that I can help you with, or is there something that you're looking to like fix in terms of SOPs or in terms of setting up a system where it is smoother for you when it comes to compliances or when it comes to having operational SOPs. So that is where we just help them, giving away, like quick bites or something, helping them with very small things. Even if it is like a terms and conditions on a quotation or an invoice, or drafting a very little details, whenever like they are angry with a client or an employee, just dropping in a very, very sensible amount of drafting into it. So that was our niche.
Oh wow.
So that helped us to
Build that trust. Yes.
And once that was done, it was never necessary for us to go and pitch in to have some work.
Yeah.
Because after that, the work just came up. And it was like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 kind of references
Yeah.
and connections that we got.
Yeah, always, because if you give, you're going to
Absolutely
get back as much as you can. So, before we conclude the conversation, what are your dream referrals or companies or kind of assignments that you want to work with? If there is anything I can do to help you, I'll be more than happy to.
See, what we are just loving right now that we are deep diving into this booming and very trending IPO system. So we are very passionate about working with companies who are scaling.
Oh, great.
And we just love doing whole the process, just working with merchant bankers and working with chartered accountants, doing stuff. There are deadlines and there are every such dramatic things.
You love those
happening
drops
around.
of roller coaster, drops and eyes of roller
Absolutely.
coaster. Now.
Just once that I've gone through it, it gives like chills. And whenever getting promoters in becoming very intense and calming them down, helping them that do not worry, everything's going to be fine. So that is one thing that we are deep diving, helping companies scale up, deeply involved into IPOs, helping startups scaling up. So we have a system wherein we do hand-holding to startups, everything in-house, right from an idea till its execution till scaling. We help the startups at every point of their business journey.
Interesting.
So that is something that has been given to us as an add-on value, because when doing our usual practice into company secretary, it's like registering companies, doing compliances and everything that is there, and it will be going on forever. But this is something going to be like one notch above everyone else, and also like being on the top tier and being into the circles of promoters. It gives us another opportunity to meet new people, different promoters, getting references from them, and the journey goes on. So that is for us.
New businesses and then IPOs, both the extremes is what you look at.
Yeah, so there are like both the extremes, and navigating between them is something that we do.
Super. I will keep that in mind and would be more than happy to.
Absolutely. So something that currently you are building and scaling up, for which you would be looking some ideal referrals.
So we're doing two things parallelly with Fitformance. One is we are wanting multiple franchisee partners. So we are opening multiple locations. We have signed one in Baroda. We've shortlisted a couple of them in Surat, but we're looking for the right connects in Surat, in Bhavnagar. So first in tier 2, 3 cities of Gujarat and then outside Gujarat. By 2032 is when we envision to reach 100 locations through the FICO model.
That is fantastic.
2030 is Commonwealth in Ahmedabad. 2036 hopefully is Olympics in Ahmedabad.
True.
So citing to that growth in the country is what we envision there. So those franchisee partners. And then we are parallelly looking out for strategic investing partners to help us get that strategic capital as well as network for us to scale at the pace that we want to scale at. So we build a solid ground, spent 7-8 years doing that. Certain roadblocks have delayed it, but that's fair. We've learned a lot. So now we want to have that, build a tall building on the strong foundation that we've laid out.
That is fantastic. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Super.
Make sure I'll connect. Just, as you mentioned, you're going or looking out for Bhavnagar.
Yeah.
It's like my home ground over there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Since I have been here since 15-20 years, but it's like home only.
Super.
And people out there will be definitely looking out for something like this, because as far as I know, out there is nothing like what you guys are doing and scaling up. So all the best and kudos to you as well.
Super. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.